In another underreported story, last Friday, anti-vaccine activist Pam Popper announced that her lawyer successfully served Peter Daszak of EcoHealth Alliance with a new mass torts lawsuit. Popper said the lawsuit alleges that Daszak and EcoHealth are responsible for infecting people with an engineered virus, COVID-19, resulting in catastrophic outcomes for a lot of folks. Again, YouTube, not my words, this is what the lawsuit alleges. The lawsuit also sues 100 John Does, or as yet unidentified co-defendants, who can be added later depending on what comes out of discovery. A lawyer commenting on this story considered this simply to be genius and felt this is the very first COVID liability lawsuit that has potential to go further and has legs, something that the previous lawsuits lacked for a variety of reasons. He felt, first off, Daszak and EcoHealth are not protected by the PrEP, Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act, or any other COVID liability shield in the US. The lawsuit alleges that they made a virus, not a vaccine. PrEP doesn't offer liability protection for making viruses, folks. How's that important? Simple. The lawsuit won't have to navigate all the legal landmines blocking lawsuits against agencies and big pharma companies. Secondly, he asserted that even though he didn't see the actual complaint yet, he could take an educated guess on what it likely alleges. He's confident it will almost certainly survive the initial hurdle of dismissal, which means discovery. Why is discovery important? Well, imagine for a moment how little a deep state actor like Daszak will enjoy the overwhelming scrutiny of producing under court order records, emails, and text messages that he probably in a million years never thought would ever see the light of day. And to add to this, his jubilation of being deposed. How I would like to be a fly on the wall for that delightful interview. The third point the author cites was that Daszak was almost certainly in close contact with top NIH scientists, Fauci, and bureaucrats, maybe intelligence agents, many of whom the general public do not yet know anything about. Assuming it plays out like a crime drama, we're about to learn some new names because the discovery will inevitably lead down that rabbit hole of all of Daszak's contacts and connections to the government. Well, let's hope so, folks. Now, of course, being the weasel that he is, Daszak may subtly identify as being a paid government employee entitled to various protections if he doesn't identify as a woman or something, and claims that his communications and documents are classified government secrets. Wouldn't be surprising, though. Devious people do devious things. This may finally present the opportunity to cast the spotlight on the Chinese coronavirus origins. How so? Well, we just might be on the verge of finally finding out exactly why the NIH was using a Chinese lab. Was it to evade Obama-era bans on gain-of-function research? Inquiring minds want to know. Will we finally see the smoking gun in communication between Daszak and U.S. health officials confirming this? Lastly, the attempted sleight of hand with respect to the origins of the virus will certainly be relevant in discovery, meaning that the coordinated effort to suppress the lab leak hypothesis will also be fair game in the lawsuit, ultimately resulting in the possible depositions of Fauci, Collins, and the rest of their motley crew. In plain English, evidence of an attempt to conceal something provides a valid inference of consciousness of guilt. If you knew you did nothing wrong, why would you ever attempt to cover it up? This is what makes the cover-up relevant evidence. This may very well be the most important pandemic lawsuit filed to date, hands down. Given the slow drip of information for much of the past 2.5 years, with only gushes recently, it probably couldn't have been successfully filed any earlier than now. However, now the amount of evidence already available in the public record will put Popper's lawyers on solid ground. Getting to the bottom of all this madness, folks, is like eating an elephant. It can only be done one bite at a time. But at least we're finally sitting at the table, elephants in sight, and fork and knife are ready. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with others. I'm trying to grow it further and further. See you next time.